probably get you a copy of the handout as well. But today we are going to talk about our pipeline power and managing our leads. Everybody wants to manage our leads like a top producer too, right? There's so many different ways we can manage our leads, right? But we're going to talk about it because as we know, the fortunes and the follow-up, we want to make sure that we have the opportunity to capture these leads to work on. All right, let's see. It will be through Explore. Perfect. You see the sign too?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, excellent. So we're going to talk about 3 pillars of success when it talks about our lead generation and managing our leads. So lead generation, of course, fills your pipeline with new opportunities and potential clients. It's important to fill our calendar with lead generation time. But most of our class today, we're going to be focusing on pillar 2, which is going to be the lead management. How do we manage all these leads? Because I know if you guys are anything like me, we have a boatload of leads that are kind of out there that have never really done anything. Those are our leads that are actually raising their hands all of a sudden, right? So we want to make sure we keep everything organized to ensure that we do follow up with them. I've recently had a few of them raise their hand that I talked to 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I had one over the weekend.
See? Yeah.
So weird.
It is so weird, but they are out there. And some of them, admittedly, we were so busy in the last 4 or 5 years that we didn't have time to nurture those relationships. That lead management, having a system for that is super important. And of course, we also have, another pillar of success is going to be our sphere of influence and our past clients. And those, of course, feed our pipeline forever. Those give us our referrals and our repeat business. So we have brand new people with lead generation. We have our consistent business with our sphere of influence and past clients, but how do we manage them all in the middle in between? So your database is your gold mine. Why past clients and your sphere of influence matter most is they already know, like, and trust you. We all know that, right? We're all experienced in real estate, but referral leads convert 5 to 10 times higher than cold leads, and the retention costs 5 to 7 times less. Think about how much time and energy it takes us to cultivate a new lead. A lot, right? Sometimes we're paying for billboards and advertisements and all these things, and then we have to nurture them for so long. What about the people that we've already worked with in the past? People who already know us, like us, trust us. They're going to convert faster too. So why are we not spending more time with them? Cultivating those relationships. Did you do any client parties? Past client family parties? Used to be a thing we all did all the time. Being with your community of people is a really big thing. I got away from doing it because I personally don't like party planning. And if I have somebody on my team who likes to have parties, it's great because they like to plan it. I wanted to show up. I don't like party planning. It's not my expertise, but if it's yours and you like to plan parties, your people do want to feel special and be invited to those things. If you have a huge sphere of influence, perhaps you can do something like your top 50. Look at everybody who's referred you business and only invite those top 50 people. Because they may not be in the market for you to buy or sell to the next year, but could they send you 1 referral? Do you think if 50 people sent you 1 referral every year, that would be a big deal for your business? Of course, right? So cultivate your database and use it as a gold mine. They say that according to NAR, that 89% of buyers and sellers would use us, again, the agent they used for that transaction, and only 12% of them actually do. We all know why. It's because they don't know if we're
Forget lose our phone number or something.
Right? Now, most of you guys know me. Of course, I'm Krystal Keck. I didn't introduce myself in the beginning of the class because I know most of you know me, but I'm Krystal Keck. I am a agent here at Jones & Co Realty. What's so great though is I think everybody knows what I do. I'm very active. I think I all know what I do because we're in the same office, but I think everybody knows. And then lo and behold, just this weekend, somebody says, I wasn't sure if you still sold real estate. What? Do you know anybody that can take out a new coworker who just moved to Cleveland, Ohio from Texas? And I said, well, I can take her tomorrow. She said, what? And I said, yeah. And she's like, I don't know why I even asked. I just completely lost my mind. You're right. I know you sell in both states still, but I don't know why I asked you. Well, I'm glad you asked me. I'm still top of mind enough to ask, who do you know? But it's me. So make sure your sphere of influence knows this woman who asked, she's bought and sold 3 times with me. So she knows I'm in real estate, but had forgotten that I do both states now, right? So make sure that your sphere of influence knows, because that's your gold mine. But your database, where are you going to make sure they don't forget about you? Database is going to be everything. We all carry around our cell phone. our contacts in there is a database, right? What are you doing to reach out to them? Our Facebook is a database, or we can use a professional database system. Does anybody here use a database? What do you use, John?
Agent Elite.
Agent Elite. Awesome. And why did you choose that particular one?
I don't know, a few years ago, I played around with, I actually had 3, and I was just playing with them. And I just liked the way it worked together. It has the CRM built in. It would just seem better.
Excellent. I love that answer, and that's a great answer for me as well. Which one are you going to use? Agent Elite is what John uses because it felt right. He tested some. They give you these free trials, you play around with them, and it felt right. That's exactly why I use mine as well. One, it was cheapest, and it had all the features I wanted. Didn't need to spend back in the day. It was literally top producer. Remember how convoluted it was and complex it was, and it was super expensive too, right? So I'm glad you have one. It's important to have a database, even if you're just using an Excel spreadsheet when you first get started. But the truth is all of us carry around a database in our hand all day long. It is our phone, right? So let's categorize your leads. So, you know, we used to talk about you have your ABC leads, but I like to just call them the hot, warm, and cold. Those cold leads, I think, are actually the people we need to spend a little bit more time with because they're floundering around out there and they're looking now. I think they're raising their hands, and if they remember you, they'll come back to you. But these are the new contacts with no prior relationship with anyone. They require constant nurturing, and they need us to deliver value to them. So constant nurturing and delivering valuable. We're going to talk about what those deliverables can be. Our warm leads, these are the people that have engaged with us. Maybe they've shown interest in the past. They need regular follow-up to maintain momentum. They're warm. If they find the right property or they get the right news about the market, they would list and sell, right? So keep in mind those warm leads are just as important. And then we have our hot leads. These are the people that are ready to transact soon, immediate. They have frequent need for personal contact. We all work on those, right? Because they're the ones raising their hand and we're like, this is real estate, right? Oh, okay, this is hot. We're gonna run over here. We're gonna run over here. But then we're so busy running our hot leads, which are gonna close anyway. We don't really trickle on the warm and certainly not the cold leads. The cold leads now, when we're going to a stable market, it's a good place for us to be, right? And then I'm gonna keep bringing up our past clients and our sphere of influence and how important they are. Your most valued asset. And to stay top of mind is referrals and repeat business, your family, your friends. Those are your natural resource, right? So when you first obtain a lead, the closer they are to a decision, the more frequently you should follow up. Okay, so our hot leads, they're going to be contacted pretty much every day, right? How about this tomorrow? How about that the next day, right? They're hot, they're ready to do this. Or I'm ready to list my house. Photographs come, this is what's going to happen next. They're hot. We're frequently contacting them. And the further out they are, maybe less frequent. If I'm a cold lead and I want to sell in 2 years, do you need to call them every day? No, right? That would almost be annoying. Honestly, with today's nurturing, you almost need to be annoying. You need to be front and center, but you can contact them a little bit less. And I'm going to give you some instruction and help on that. Okay. So frequent follow-up stages. So somebody is looking to do something in the first 0 to 30 days. You need to contact them at least daily or every other day. This builds trust, especially if they're a new lead, right? Our friends and family, that sphere, they already know it, but if they're new, they need that reassurance that I'm here for you, right? Number 2, if they're 30 to 60 days out, you need to be contacting them twice a week. I know we're not doing that as an industry, right? But twice a week. They want to know you care about them. They don't care about how much we know most of the time, but they do want to know that I'm here for you. What can I do to help you this week, right? Maintain that connection with them. If they're 61 to 90 days out, you need to contact them weekly. Oftentimes 60 days seems so far out, 90 days seems so far out. I got nothing to say every week, but you should be trying to contact them every week, okay? Bring value to them. And if they're more than 90 days out, you definitely want to reach out to them monthly and quarterly. Monthly is really easy. Things like a newsletter could work, right? Hey, this is what's happening in the town you're looking for. Here's my quick newsletter. If you don't want to write a newsletter for every town of all the different people you're working with, if you're like me and will serve a big area, go to ChatGPT and ask it to write you a quick newsletter about what's going on in the marketplace. Make it sound positive for a buyer. Make it sound positive for a seller, right? Otherwise, what is it going to do? Spit back all of the negative news, right? Tell it what the outcome you want. In fact, if you have a paid ChatGPT account, you can actually request a prompt that it will send you a task every morning you wanted to do one every day or once a month. And say at 7 a.m. every morning, send me a task of all the things I should talk about in Fort Myers, Florida. Maybe make it a blog I could do every day about the community, about buying and selling in that area. It will immediately every morning at 7 a.m. send me an email of all the things it suggests every day. I don't have to think about it, but you do have to have the paid account for it to create tasks for you. It won't go out and post it to your social media without tying it into another account like a Zappy or one of those other programs. But if you want it to just come to your email and say, oh, these are great ideas. You can also, for the same topic, do something like a task and say, what are the national days today? And I've been posting that like, what the day was National Key Lime Pie. I was so excited. So I went out to the grocery store and bought a key lime pie and was like, hey, it's National Key Lime Pie Day. This is a great reason why I love living in Florida. Silly, but it's another way to post. You can send it out to people. Hey, thinking about you today. Did you know it's National Key Lime Pie Day? Another reason why you should move to Florida or, whatever it is.
Stuff.
Simple stuff, but let ChatGPT help you because if you're like, I don't know how to even contact them monthly. I don't know what they need from me. One, you can ask them, but two, have your new assistant who's almost free do it for you, right? The paid account is only $20 and I'm not getting anything back from ChatGPT. I just like it. But it's a good idea to have it. So think about that. All right, so here's another follow-up guide and it should be in your printout so you guys have it. You don't have to write this all down. Let me see if I put it in there. No, I put the other one in there for the 30 to 60, 90 days. So you may want to make some notes on this one. So if it's a new lead, you want to touch them 10 times in 10 days. Sounds like a lot, but the truth is anybody that gets my attention, they are politely providing me feedback, value, even a new dentist. Everybody's using text now. I'm not a big texter myself, but if it can start the prompt of a conversation, that's such a great idea. Let's talk. Then, it's a good idea for you to do that. You could do 2 times a week if they're 31 to 60 days out and 1 time a week. So it applies that same topic I said before, but what if they're a new lead? How often should you contact them? Great idea, JJ. Take a picture of it. So if you're online, screenshot it, right?
Yeah, good.
I know, great idea. Referral lead. So respond in 5 minutes. 3 to 4 touches that week if it's a referral lead. I have a really hard time responding in 5 minutes. Does everybody else have a hard time with that? Because when I'm with people, I don't answer.
Yeah.
So what I do is I let my voicemail tell them that. When I'm with someone, I won't be answering because I value the time I have with them. If it's important to you, go ahead and shoot me a text or leave me a message. I'll get right back to you. And I always respond in 24 hours or less. JJ.
Have you thought about using an AI receptionist?
You can use an AI receptionist to do that. Yep, you could. I think it's a great idea. I also think it's a better idea for agents to spend very little money.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot we can do. And if you're too busy, then you obviously can afford to have an assistant of some sort and an AI assistant's helpful. There's a lot of programs out there that if somebody misses a phone call, it will immediately text them. Hey, I'm in an appointment right now. What can I do to help you?
No, yeah.
That's
So I have that on driving.
You do have it when you're driving, exactly. So there's little things we can do that are really nice features that sometimes are very little cost. These AI assistants and virtual assistants are cheap. Like I said, I call ChatGPT my virtual assistant. She's $20 a month. I can't hire an American for $20 a month, right? And I have her whenever I need her, even in the middle of the night. She's working for me. Has anybody named their AI?
No.
No.
You can, or you can ask him or her what their name is. You haven't named your
Oh.
AI, you're the generation that could.
I didn't know they had a name. Okay.
Okay, well, I named mine, so her name is Allison Indigo, because AI, right? And she's kind of this indigo color, she has I have a picture of what she looks like and everything.
Oh, wow.
Allison Indigo is
That's
my
cool.
assistant, right? So you can have your own AI assistant that can help you with these things.
I've been using Claude a lot too.
Claude is great.
I think it writes
Yep.
a little better.
Claude is great. Admittedly, they're all on the background using ChatGPT. They're all pulling from, so I just go to the source, right? But certain ones do certain things a little bit better for you.
Yeah,
The Google one is Gemini and it does
Right.
the best at like creating illustration, like
Uh-huh.
pictures and video and that sort of thing. We could do a whole class on AI.
because there's so many, and probably as we're talking, there's new ones coming up.
Absolutely. The truth is even if your CRM has AI built into it, they're still in the background pulling from ChatGPT. That open AI source is where it's all coming from. Some are just building onto it to
Right.
resell it,
Yeah,
repackage it, right? Open houses, events. Boy, I know in the last 5 years, we haven't had a lot of opportunity to do those things, but we could do those things. I'm doing an event this Saturday, actually. It's the Cape Coral Boo Bash Halloween.
you have to take a really good video of that.
I'll take
That's
lots of
hysterical.
videos and stuff. I am going as super realtor. I
Ah,
went last year and I'll probably just continue to use it as my real estate thing. I have blue realtor shoes, I have blue gym shorts and a tank top that I got made that says super realtor. I have business cards from last year that say super realtor on them. And so I have a cape. So I get to wear gym clothes and a cape, but be a superhero. But I certainly didn't want to wear a fleece or flannel outfit of some superhero thing, right? So be involved in the community. These are great things for you to share and post about. All of my cold leads that have been sitting out there for sellers, especially if they have kids, I've been inviting them all week to this event. Because it's a great way for me to touch them that's not salesy, not selling them anything other than something free for your kids. And how cool is it that we have daytime events for our children here instead of in the middle of the night, all dark, and your kids are running around like, it would be nice in an enclosed, safe little area during the day. So keep that in mind. So also past clients and sphere of influence. Obviously, I think you should be checking with them monthly as a really good source. One of the tools I use for my past clients, especially people who already own a home, is I use something called HomeBot. HomeBot is something that lets them have an update on the market every single month. The only way you can have HomeBot is if you team up with a lender who uses it. You can't purchase it on your own as an agent. So if you have a favorite lender, go ask them if they're using HomeBot or something equivalent. They very well might likely have something that you can share with your lender and be a part of that system. And it just sends them a graphs, basically a CMA every single month with your name on it. And it's probably the most robust one I've seen so far. So that's an easy way to touch them once a month without thinking about it. The other way you could do it too is, hey, do you want to know what's going on in the marketplace? I can log into the MLS and send you everything that's happening right around your home once a month, right? We can put them on a portal drip and it happens easily for them. So build your system. Lead management is such an important thing. So time blocking daily. If it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist. Schedule dedicated follow-up time every single day. Does anybody here do lead follow-up every single day? And is there an exact time you always do it? So I used to do mine every day between 8 and 9 because I start my team meetings every day at 9 a.m. So I did it right before that. But now I have team meetings that start at 8. So now I'm doing them between 7 and 8. But I'm very cautious about reaching out to people between 7 and 8. So I actually make my plan now between 7 and 8 every morning. And then throughout the day, I look at my notes of who I plan to connect with. And I do that throughout the day in the nooks and crannies, right? We all have nooks and crannies of the day. Sometimes it's when we're eating our peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the car. Sometimes that's how this works, right? So time block daily. I think it should be 30 to 60 minutes at a minimum, just for that follow-up stuff, right? Use your CRM reminders, right? Leverage tools for CRM. So I've listed a couple of them here. So Wise Agent, which is what I use. Follow-up Boss is a really popular one. We have KV Core, Lion Desk, or even again, basic Excel can provide you the same outcome of following up with people, right? Track your metrics, monitor your response rate, appointments, set conversion percentage, and optimize your approach. I know as agents, we don't do this third one very well, but this is the one we need when we're setting our business plan for the next year. How many listing appointments do I have to go on to know I'm going to get that listing? Now, I know it's a little strange because right now, especially in Southwest Florida, I'm going on listing appointments saying I'm not a good fit.
Well,
But that's our marketplace. So I need to track that. How many of those am I going on that they want $200,000 more than their house is worth? I need to do so many appointments to get to the one that says yes and I say yes,
mhm.
right? So you need to track that stuff so that you know how many you need to do in 2026. So if you haven't been doing it, we're on our final quarter of the year. This is a good time to do that. Another way I like to touch with all of my clients twice a year that I put into my CRM reminder is I use the weeks of the year like a calendar. Okay, and so January 1, that first week is I use letter A. Everybody who has last name of letter A, I contact that first week.
That's a
Letter
good
B, the
idea.
second week, yeah. Because there's 26
Not
weeks in the year.
overwhelming.
Yeah, it's not overwhelming, and there's 26 weeks in the year. That means I'm contacting them all twice. All twice. So my CRM reminds me, today's letter of the week 1, and it's everybody last name A. I know it's kind of an old school thing, but
Yeah, but it's
I
not
have to
overwhelming.
have it in front of me, and when do I do it? When I'm already time
Break
blocked.
it
We
down.
used to have folders.
Oh, yeah, with all their names, yeah.
My file box is still downstairs.
See?
These stuff I've been.
You could use a paper folder. We're just.
I've been able to do it for 10
digital.
years on some of these people.
Yeah.
When did I
Really
get it
good.
done? You know,
But because there's 26 letters in the alphabet in 52 weeks, you're gonna contact them twice. It's gonna rotate every 6 months on a perfect little schedule. And it works really, really well. So keep that in mind. I've been doing that forever. I still do that to this day because it just one reason I have to contact you. Okay. Pro tip. Monday.com. It is not a CRM, but it is a task management system. You can have the free version or you can have the paid version. For the free version, you can have 3 boards is what they call it. Monday.com has a really nice app. So you can have it on the car, on the road if you want to, and also at your desktop if you want to. The 3 boards I recommend is buyers, sellers, and past clients. Right? You can put all of the buyer leads you have in there, all the seller leads you have in there, and then you have somebody to follow up with. Then you know who to contact during your daily time block. But where are these leads and how are you tracking them? If you're not using a CRM, this is a great product to consider. Remember, systems beat hustle. I mean it. Systems beat hustle. Consistency beats creativity. Manage relationships and never run out of leads. Right? Your action plan. So in the next 7 days, clean up or set up your CRM. Organize your leads by category and ensure all contact information is current. That's a great way to reach out to people in your CRM, past clients. Hey, just want to make sure everything's current. I'm looking to send you something in 2026. I want to make sure your address is right, your phone number's right, whatever you wanted to do for that. So the next 7 days, we can all make that commitment to our business, right? And then the next one is schedule daily time. Block 30 to 60 minutes every day for lead follow-up. Make it a non-negotiable in your calendar. I'm going to say that part again. Make it a non-negotiable in your calendar. I struggle with this too. So when it's a time block and you have to take an appointment during that 1 hour because it's the only time the seller will show that house, move your time block to the opening of where you were going to show the house, right? Make sure you keep that appointment for your follow-up. Send 3 messages today. Okay, reach out to 3 people with a just checking in message. Start building that habit immediately. You know, again, we have it so easy with social media now. You can go on Facebook and just open up your feed. The first 3 people you see, send them a message. Because it doesn't have to be a text message, just messages, right? Send the top 3 people on that show up in the list. I was thinking about you today. I hope the dogs are good. I hope the school year's good. I hope your new job is great. Whatever you've seen them post recently, right? And send 3 messages today.
Do you do?
So these are text messages, right?
The one I'm suggesting right now is just Facebook message. Directly find the top 3 people that show up in your feed. Any kind of message. It could be a phone message. It could be a voicemail. It could be a text. But message 3 people today.
Do you use group text at all for all of them?
I never use group text. Group text is group text hell,
And
right?
they don't like it, then other people
Yeah.
are included in the batch and,
Well, there's programs you can pay for that personal.
separated.
And if
Yeah.
you're separated text, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of our CRMs actually are built in to do that. Or, you know, say, hey, Susie, blah, 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 blah. You know, there's even AI things that we can do out there and create a video of myself saying, hey, I was just thinking about you today. But it will put their name in there. Hey, Susan, I was thinking about you today. And the next one it goes out. Hey, Barbara, I was thinking about you today.
It's really great.
It's so
like $100 a year or something.
Yeah, there's so much cool AI. I think we should probably put together like an AI.
Yeah,
Mastermind group where we all talk
Yes.
about, bring 2 or 3
What
AI
they're
things that are
bringing.
working.
and some
And-
examples of different things. And
I
maybe
probably have
maybe
20.
everybody, I don't know,
So,
should be
yeah.
assigned a different AI task.
Yeah, it'd be really neat for everybody to bring in some AI ideas and we all share as a mastermind.
Right.
So
What do you-
that will be our next class coming soon. All right, so 3 messages today. Do we think we can all commit to that? Look in your calendar and start to time block a daily time, somewhere 30 to 60 minutes. And then the next 7 days, start to clean up your CRM. Make this quarter the best quarter for your CRM so that you can build out what's coming for your future for 2026. Systems always beat hustle. So the key takeaways I want you to take away is this is about lead management, not lead generation. I'm not teaching you how to generate leads. I'm teaching how to manage them. The fortune is truly in the follow-up. You need to be contacting these people early and often. Your database is your most valuable asset. You know, there's nothing worse as a homeowner, especially as an agent, to drive home from a hard day at work and find out your neighbor has the competitor sign in their front yard. Right? There's nothing worse. Oh, my neighbor. Oh, how terrible, right?
Right?
Well, what is worse? When your friend did it.
Oh, yeah, that's even bad. The relative, it's like, yeah, you really.
You know, the neighbor's one thing, but how about your friend? How about a past client? Does that also hurt? But whose fault is any of that? It's ours, because everybody knows like 6 to 10, and I'm being conservative, 6 to 10 of their agents. They know them personally.
Of course.
So why would they pick you? Who do you pick? The person that's building a relationship with. Let me put it in perspective. We all have lenders that try to get our business, right? Who do you give your business to? Either the lender you really like working with, but what if somebody's been cultivating and they're constantly connecting with you and your favorite lender never calls on you? They just think you're always going to send their business.
Oh, yeah, well, then probably.
You might start thinking about the lender who's always trying to cultivate a relationship with you, right? So think about it that way. Be the person that's not annoying, but of value and cultivating a real, genuine relationship. Consistency beats creativity every time. Don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be all about the perfect picture and the perfect video and all the things. A simple text message, thought of you today. Football as well. It's genuine, right? Simple though. And if you're managing any relationship, she'll never run out of your leads. So the sphere and past clients are waiting to hear from you. Start today. All right, I have a bonus tip for everybody. So your bonus tip, and we're cruising through this too. Bonus tip is the 7-11-4 rule. Your 7-11-4 rule is this: 7 hours of content is what they need to see from you before they buy and sell. It's a lot of content.
Wow.
But that's the new statistics. 7 hours of content from you before they buy or sell. 11 touches per month to stay top of mind. So when I gave you those examples, I was being really, really conservative. If you think that's too much, this is what the statistics are saying. You need to be in contact with somebody before they're ready to buy or sell. You have to automate. You have to, how can you do all this? You'd have to automate, right? Or have helpers that simply do this. You have grandchildren, you have children, teenagers, you know, the Philippines. You can absolutely do the Philippines. It's a great opportunity. It's a win-win for both of us, right? You're helping them live the life they want to live so you can live the life you want to live here. 4 platforms. They say you want to be on 4 platforms. So that doesn't mean 4 social media platforms, but it could be social media, it could be email, videos, events. You know, are you the event queen? I know I'm not, because I don't like planning them, but that could be your thing. You're always out and about offering opportunities, a buyer seminar, a seller seminar. But social media, there's a lot of choices. You have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, which is formerly Twitter for everybody who doesn't know who X is. Does anybody use X in the room?
No,
Sir.
we
And
all quit.
I would expect you to, because you're the perfect demographic. John uses it.
We're old.
No, it's men between 35 and 65 are the highest user.
Really?
Mhm.
I
Interesting.
mean, I don't use it like crazy, but I do post to it sometimes.
Yeah, if that's your demographic, that's where they're at. And it's great because you can pick and choose what news is fed to you. So it's really ideal for that, right? So pick 4 platforms you're going to focus on in this quarter. How you're going to connect with these clients of yours. How are we going to connect? You know, is it going to be videos? Are you going to be the video queen? I have tried. I'm not the video queen, but some people are.
I wonder at it.
I mean, I do some. I did one this morning. I'm trying,
Yeah.
but I'm not the queen, right?
Oh.
I would say if I had to pick up these options, I'm probably the social media queen. Oh, like that's where I'm really trying to.
I
pump
really
my
like
information
YouTube.
out.
What I like about YouTube is that you can put your YouTube on Facebook or message it or whatever the heck you want to do with it.
You are the YouTube queen.
And I've
say
been
that.
so lazy about doing the videos, and I had COVID, now this COVID, I'm going to get to it.
All right, so you're gonna commit to getting back on your platform so people
Yeah,
see you.
'cause I
know
really
you,
do
trust
enjoy
you.
it.
Yep, and when you make these videos, you can text them to a past client, say, hey, I was just thinking about you, this home sold is for sale in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Whatever that case may be.
Since most of the people on YouTube are just sitting there bitching about the market.
Do super casual stuff, like I did that tiny little thing the other day on the book. I sat in my car, it took like a
Which
minute.
book?
You obviously did not see my video. Peeling the onion,
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
which was another little layer of
Yeah.
peeling the onion on all this exact
Whatever.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Touch.
It
Build
doesn't have to be
relationships.
super creative.
And I find I get a lot of stuff about, like Cape Coral going on, like the yacht club. I mean, I got like
So stop
look,
it, just when you think about it, just
JC Park. I gotta get over there. And
go drive in front of the park and just go, hey, I was just thinking, let's cross my beam, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
This is what
Yeah,
you get for 20 million bucks.
That's it.
But you have to find that fine balance between being political and apolitical, because basically we're
Not
really,
political, the city's wasting money.
but we have to be beige as we.
No,
used
I
to
am,
say.
I am.
I like it.
It's
We
like,
have to be beige. We do. We have
no,
to not
okay,
have
some people
one strong
feel that
opinion
this is
either
really
way.
enjoyable, but it's a year over date.
You know what the word butt is, right? It's a body part.
I know.
And when you say
Uh,
butt, now I sound like a mother.
You do with your finger up. For those of you watching online,
But
they do
I don't ever put your finger up in a video or to a client, don't definitely. I sit there like my hands full and say, I don't do it.
Here's an interesting stat. The average customer or consumer watches you for 11 months before they make a decision. During that time, you want to educate, entertain, and stay visible. But they are watching you. And I know that they are. They are watching you, even the ones that say they forget about you and what you're doing. They are watching you, especially if you're a new agent watching this. They are watching you to see if you're going to stay in the business, if you are jumping around brokers, are you reliable? Are you posting things of value? Are you educating me? If I feel like you're a smart, intelligent, successful agent, then I'm going to use you. They don't know what they don't know. If you're showing up like you are all those things, it's going to make the consumer believe it. It's going to make you believe it. Right? You can probably ask anybody in the office if you need to. And I know everybody in this room has done so. Hey, can I market your listing? Right? I would love to promote this listing. And many of us have all done that for each other. It's a great culture of our office, but we can all do that. Okay. So make sure you're sharing that information. And last but not least, you're all part of my world. So if you ever want anything from me, here's my contact information. We are all part of the same world together now. And that is all I got for you today. Do you have questions for me about lead management?
No.
Thank you.
Any comments on, ask them if they've got any questions or
Yeah.
comments or input. What programs are they using? What CRMs are they using?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hear what people's CRMs people are using.
how can you spy on them and find out? You just like to.
Are you interested in participating in an AI workshop?
Krystal, are you finding that you're getting less listing calls like the past month or so?
No, in the last 5 to 10 days, I've received dozens.
Really?
Yeah, I'm doing.
Because I'm getting less people are. Taking their house off the market and they're kind of like,
No, I'm getting more. I'm getting 2. I'm getting brand new leads for
Okay.
listings.
okay,
And I'm getting past leads. For example, I have a gentleman who I talked to last January. He told me I was out of my mind. His property was
Uh-huh.
worth so much more.
now he's
And
come
I
back.
said, I'm not listing your
He's
property.
gotten beaten up.
He never listed it with anyone.
Oh, really?
And here
Probably
it
everybody
is.
told him the same answer.
Possibly it's 10 months later and he said, I've been watching the market. You're right. Oh, what? I'm right. Again, I would rather be known as the agent who is going to be clear,
Absolutely.
direct. It's part of our ethics to not list homes that we know are not worth it. So I'm going to be the ethical agent and I'm going to tell them the truth.
If only every other agent. did
Right,
that.
but I can't control other people, so I control me, my
Right.
image and what I'm doing, but I am getting more and more calls.
Okay,
I came back Monday from my Ohio office and it's Wednesday morning now, and I went on 7 listing appointments since Monday night. It's
Right,
been
here?
really busy, yeah.
Jeez.
Some of them, 4 of them in the same cul-de-sac.
Wow.
Yeah,
Are you geographically farming?
no, I am not. It's word of mouth. one told another one and told another one, and then I was walking
That's
from one
great.
door to another door, and
Oh,
they
shoot.
flagged me over and said, hey, wait, can you come in and look at mine too?
There you go. And here's a good lead
Yeah.
tip I learned from the safety class I just took with my college. When you do an open house, and you should be doing open houses if you don't have anything going on.
Sure.
He suggested before you open it up, go knock on the door of the people on either side and maybe even across and say, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm having an open house. So if you happen to see cars coming back and forth and that's what's going on over there. Hopefully they won't go on your car, your car and all that kind of stuff. But you're doing it, number one, for safety, but you're also establishing a relationship with, as a courteous agent. They're gonna remember that you're doing that open house. And it could potentially be a lead, like you said, across the cul-de-sac. And I had forgotten about doing that. About going on and knocking on the door across the way saying, oh, might be a little bit busy.
I like that. I used to send postcards to all of them.
I do
because
that,
the same thing, the open house is this day, don't be alarmed, but we don't have time for that. Or USPS takes forever.
But
for you
yeah,
to do
yeah.
it. So I
But just go knock on the door. I'm like, damn, that's such a wonderful.
It's a really great idea.
wonderful idea.
Yeah, it's a
Years
great
ago,
idea.
when I first started, we used to canvass the neighborhood a lot.
Right, exactly, with the flyers and everything.
Yeah, the day before,
The
whatever,
problem-
that we sometimes have with that is people don't want to be bothered at their home, and I know.
Well, now these days.
So you want
before
to treat people the way you want to be
stuff,
treated, so to speak.
People were a little bit
Yeah.
more open now.
Well, they have the ring doorbell. They won't answer the door.
They won't answer the door, they just will,
Too many scams.
what do you need, right?
But if you're wearing your shirt or your name tag and,
Yeah, they might.
and they,
And most of us do, right? Most of us represent who we are. I mean, both of you guys are wearing your Jones and Co Realty shirts, right? Realty shirts. I normally have a name tag on. I just didn't wear it because I knew you all knew who I was. JJ has hers on, right? We are part of our brand. For sure. Some of us will wear the exact same color every single day because that's part of your brand. Yeah, many people do. It's part of who we are, but being part of the community, being showing up. Managing these leads though is a really big deal. You need to know how often you're contacting them and what your plan is. If you have no plan, you do plan to fail. And we have been failing with the lead follow-up. We have been. We've been too busy with the hot leads to do those warm leads and those cold leads. So now if you put in your calendar the goals, the tasks I asked you to, remember how many messages today?
10,
Today,
Three.
3,
right? And what am I gonna do in the next 30 days with my database?
clean it up.
Clean it up. Actually, I think it's 7 days, right?
Yeah.
7 days, clean it up. And then what am I gonna put on my calendar every day? Lead follow-up.
that's it. For 30 to 60 minutes.
This is not lead generation time.
It's follow up.
It's lead follow-up time. They say that as a full-time agent, we should be putting 21 hours a week into lead generation. But I'm asking you for an hour a day for lead follow-up.
So you only have to work part-time on working on your business.
Yeah,
If you spend half your time just working on your lead follow-up, the rest of it is just gonna fill in nicely.
it does. Lead generation is everything we need to be doing.
And if you don't want to work with your people, you've created a lead that you can now sell as a referral.
That's true too.
Because some
For those who didn't hear that online, if you don't want to work with the lead, you sell your referral to someone else who does want to work the lead. I love that. Especially with new agents coming into the marketplace. I think we're gonna have more and more new agents. I've been sharing about getting into real estate and I'm shocked how many people are messaging me about getting their license. Because there's a lot of negative things you hear about real estate. Oh, now it's not
they've
the
had
time.
such a horrible tomorrow.
Tomorrow's not the time, but I'm telling you that people are interested in having their own business, cultivating their own outcome for their lifestyle, and that's all why we got into the business. None of us got in the business to be our own boss. I think that's the funniest thing. People say, I want to get in the business so I can be my own boss. And what happens is all of our clients are bosses. So we have lots of bosses, not just to be my own, right? So I think
That's
there's.
why Riley's driving the real estate business.
Yeah, you don't want a billion bosses, right? 5 or 6 is plenty bosses. Some of us have 20 or more bosses, right? It's a lot of work to manage and meet all of your different bosses' needs, right? Hard to meet all of their needs because their needs and expectations are all different. Well, listen, if there are no other questions from our audience online, without further ado, I think we will wrap up our class for today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. It's very interesting.